Are you looking for chocolate muffin that is nourishing, gluten-free, and absolutely delicious? Then you've come to the right place. Hi, I'm Masha. Welcome to Just Go to Eats. Today we are making a delicious chocolate muffin recipe. Now, this recipe does not contain any highly processed flours out there like wheat flour or even rice flours, and no starchy binding agents. So if you are curious, stick around. I'll walk you through step-by-step recipe. We're going to need today is, so I actually pre-measured all of this stuff here. I've got about a cup of millet flour. I have about half a cup of oatmeal flour, about half a cup as well of cacao powder, probably about 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and I have some milk, oil, vanilla, and flax seeds. Oh yeah, and baking powder and salt. We're going to start mixing our flours today, and and some of you know that are on my channel regularly know that I that I actually mill my own flours, and I find it to be great because I honestly cannot find any flour that is nourishing enough for my kids and my family, so I'm trying to make the blends myself, and they have been turning out pretty good. Anyways, so I'm gonna mix all the dry ingredients first, and you will see the list of them. Either I'll pop it up on the side here or in the description, and let's do that. As again, some of you might know, I went to the national conference, the National Food Allergy Conference in Toronto this weekend, and that was pretty awesome actually. That was quite interesting. They had a number of different speakers there, some allergists, immunology doctors from all over Canada, some professors, and that was quite fascinating. That was like my first conference. I met a few people there, actually a number of mothers with kids with a lot of different allergies, so that was fun. That was really fun, and a couple of things actually that I probably wanted to share with you as well. I'm just actually, as I talk, I am mixing all the dry ingredients right here. I'm just gonna whisk them up a little bit just to give it a bit of that airiness to the flour. Anyway, what I was saying is, the one thing that actually surprised me was how many people in Canada, well, not even Canada, just Quebec alone, are waiting for the OIT. If you don't know what OIT is, it is a treatment that is provided in a specialized clinic, usually by an allergist or allergist team, that is supposed to reduce your sensitivity to a specific allergen. And the way that is done, from my understanding, is that when you go there, you consume a small amount of that allergen, a certain amount of days, slowly increasing the allergen intake. So let's take, peanut, for example. So you start with a super small amount, and you then increase it at a certain amount of time for a certain amount of days. And then once you reach a specific amount, you are maintaining that amount for some time. And again, as I mentioned, the point of this oral immunotherapy is that hopefully your body doesn't see it, well, not necessarily see it, but hopefully your body doesn't react to the allergen as much, and it has created some tolerance to it, so that you don't end up with a very severe reaction in case you need to travel, let's say, or you go somewhere and you unknowingly ingest you unknowingly eat a little bit of that allergen. So Dr. Philip Bayesian actually talked about it, and he is from Quebec. He's an immunologist, and so what he said was actually quite fascinating, because I think he said about 80,000 people are on a waiting list right now in Quebec alone to do OIT. That was just like mind-blowing for me, that so many people out there with food allergies basically are lacking access to the services, and you know, there is not enough doctors, I guess, or allergists out there to handle that situation. Anyway, what else is going on? How have you been doing? I hope you have had a great week and you are doing well. All right, I think it's time for our dry. Oh, I forgot to, again, I keep forgetting to turn my other camera on. And I talk and talk and talk, and then time just goes by. Okay, so we're going to mix, actually no, we're gonna do our flaxseed mixture. This will replace our eggs. So what I've got here is I've got about 2 tablespoons of grounded flax seeds, so brown flax seeds, and I'm going to add about 6 tablespoons of water, and then we're gonna let it stand. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna let it stand for I don't know, maybe about 10 minutes. Next step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix our wet ingredients. So as I mentioned, I've got some goat milk in here, about half a cup. Now, if you want it to be dairy-free, you can use coconut milk or oat milk or almond milk. Would work well with this recipe as well. I've got my flaxseed mixture that replaces eggs, as I mentioned earlier. It should look like this. Oh, I think camera can pick it up. Yep, so just about this consistency here. And I've got some avocado oil, about 1/4 of a cup. You can, of course, use any other oil that you prefer. And that is about it. Oh yes, and vanilla. I do have to add a teaspoon of vanilla as well, vanilla extract, okay? I'm just gonna add it into my measuring cup just because I was pre-measuring all the ingredients earlier, and I'm just going to add everything in here. Okay, so the milk goes in, and the flaxseed mixture goes in as well. Now, another interesting thing that I found out that I did not know is, I don't know if any of you guys that live in Canada heard of Sabrina's Law, but that's something new that I learned, that in 2005, Ontario has passed this law, which is called After Sabrina. Was 13 years old, actually passed away from anaphylaxis, which is obviously a severe reaction to a specific food allergy, and in her case it was milk. Sabrina's law that now requires for all the school boards in Ontario to have anaphylaxis policy for kids with food allergies. So hopefully it prevents, you know, such tragic events that happened with Sabrina. So that was, like I said, quite interesting and eye-opening. And also apparently that is one of the first legislations in, actually globally. I don't think, from my understanding, is that these types of legislation don't even exist yet in a lot of the a lot of other parts of the world. So that was very interesting, and like I said, quite eye-opening. So we've got our mixture in here. We're going to add it into our dry ingredients, to our bowl of the dry ingredients. Mix it up and actually see if we need more liquid or if this is good. We shall see. Friends, for those of you that have food allergies, let me know in the comments what, if you are comfortable, what type of food allergies do you have? You know, I would be curious to know. As I said, it was quite fascinating to meet so many people at the conference with food allergies, same as my oldest son, and just hear their stories and you know, hear their stories, their struggles, but also their triumphs, and you know, it was quite inspiring, actually. I feel like the consistency is good. It's actually, here, take a look here. This is a pretty good consistency. This is what we want. I do feel it needs a touch of sweetness. So I think I'm gonna add, let me add maple syrup actually. A bit of maple syrup and see if that helps. Delicious. Another thing I wanted to mention is the cacao powder that I'm using right now for baking is by Benefits by Nature. Okay, so it is actually a brand by the Healthy Planet, of those of you that live in Canada and know the brand, which is a Canadian brand. So I do enjoy this product quite a bit. I do purposely make an effort to use more nourishing flours. As I said, I'm trying to really eliminate the highly processed flours, as I find a lot of gluten-free. I mean, I am grateful that there's quite a bit of products available in Canada that are gluten-free, but I do tend to notice that either a lot of the breads or bakes have a lot of highly processed flours, like you know, white rice flour or brown rice flour. So by using millet flour specifically and oat flour, it not only gives you nutritional value, which is it contains a lot of iron and zinc, but also it bakes quite well, actually. All right, guys, so we are about to put our muffins into the oven, which I've preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we will place them for about 18 to 25 minutes or so. We'll see how they go, and we'll get started actually on the topping or the frosting for the muffin. You also, if you do want to add some chocolate chips, what are they called? Chocolate chips to the muffins, you can. And I'm thinking if I should or not. I think I'm going to add some chocolate chips to the chocolate muffins. These are the ones from Kirkland that I get from Costco. They are semi-sweet. So I'm gonna add a few, I think. Not too much. And then what we're gonna do is we are going to make a topping or frosting for these muffins. And that is my oven, telling me that it is ready to go. Quick thing, guys, while the muffins are baking, I did want to mention one thing that I found out quite helpful, something that I bought this week. It's not really food related, but I did wanted to share with you. So I just bought these natural therapeutic oat bags, and they look like this. It's basically just oats inside, and on top is just cotton. So what they do is they just help you with, if you have any muscle pain or cramps, you can use them. You warm them up in the microwave for about 60 seconds, I think like 60 to 90 seconds, and you just put them directly on your skin, and it alleviates the pain of muscle pain or cramps. I actually used it on myself this week as I had some cramps, and they work quite well, and I was actually quite surprised. So this particular one is from Live Brands. It's a Canadian brand. I don't have an actual package, but I think I took a picture, so I'm gonna probably put it up on the screen here. But anyways, I just wanted to mention because I was like quite surprised. I had no idea such thing existed, and it's a bag that literally just contains oats inside that you can heat up and use as a natural remedy. I thought that was quite interesting, and I just wanted to share. All right. While our muffins are baking, I'm going to be making cream cheese frosting for this chocolate chip, for this, not chocolate chip, for these, well, there are chocolate chips for these chocolate muffins. It is simple, delicious. It's just cream cheese and maple syrup, and that's it. We whip it up and put it on top. It's the most delicious frosting and most natural that I have made and tasted in quite a bit. The brand that I am using for the cream cheese is, I think it's pronounced Tristel, and it is actually a product of Denmark. So this is very delicious. I have tried several cream cheeses, including Philadelphia cream cheese, but they don't have quite the taste that I'm looking for. So I found this brand that works quite well. So what I'm doing is I am literally just putting this cream cheese into the bowl here. Okay, this particular pack has about, let's see how many grams, about 200 grams. Oh no, I have 1% battery left on my microphone. Uh-oh. All right, I hope we are able to make this super quickly. And if the audio is a bit off, I apologize in advance. It's because I didn't charge the I didn't charge the battery on the microphone. I am going to use a mixer today, but you can technically mix it up by hand if you don't have a mixer. That is totally fine. Let's see. The muffins are out of the oven. I am about to put the frosting on them. So what I have here is I've got a piping bag or a pastry bag here, and I am just going to put my cream cheese in it and pipe it on top. You don't have to do this. You can just use a spoon and just put it on top. It'll be just as delicious. Okay, I made a bit of a mess here with my frosting, but that's okay. So I think the muffins, I haven't cooled them off enough, and so the frosting is just kind of dripping off of it a little bit, which is fine. It's still gonna be totally delicious. I mean, look at this, right? Look at this deliciousness. It's gonna be totally amazing. But just next time, definitely I gotta cool it off more. We are about to try these muffins. Now, tip to you guys, bit of a mistake on my end. I don't think I cooled the muffins enough, and I put the frosting on top and it just kind of dripped over the muffin, which is totally fine. I mean, it's still I'm sure it's gonna be still delicious. Anyway, let's try this muffin. Okay, trying them all. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my god. So delicious. Mmm. And what? Okay. Mmm. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put even more frosting because it is absolutely delicious and amazing with this cream cheese. Oh my god, I have to stop eating this because there's gonna be nothing left for my kids. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was valuable to you, and definitely try this recipe. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.